The days on the road, it's like 8 to 6, show up, like get your radio, and go. It varies about how busy we are. You know, you can do anywhere from 20 to 45 jobs in a day. So yeah, 10-hour day on the bike, riding all around the city. We covered the whole 7x7 of San Francisco. It is funny, I guess, when they do those projects when you're in school and they ask you like, what you want to be when you grow up. Being a bike courier is my full-time 40-hour-a-week job. It's the only thing that I make money doing.
I just wouldn't have fun standing in a store for 8 hours a day. Like, my job, my workspace is the entire city.
And I fantasized about working on a bike, but I knew that the pay was really bad downtown. It was just like past the peak, you know. There was no money left, was what I thought.
We deliver mostly food, but we also do flowers and personal orders throughout the city. But San Francisco proper, 7x7, we deliver anything.
I liked biking when I came up here. By the time I moved, I was 18. You know, it was kind of, I had learned to make it my escape, my way out.
There's not a lot of people that do what they do for work for fun on the weekends, but you know, there was that.
I grew up in Davis, California. It's kind of a bike culture town. So, you know, you kind of use your bike to get everywhere. It's more of a utilitarian thing, not so much like a fun thing. So growing up, you know, biking wasn't cool. It was just what you did.
There was like just a big resurgence in cycling, maybe 9 years ago or something like that, when a lot of kids started like riding track bikes, and it suddenly became cool to be a cyclist, which I don't think it had been for a really long time.
One of my buddies at TCB, Gino, actually got me into fixed gear riding, and then from there it kind of just took off into all other sorts of riding.
This company's actually kind of built on that kind of freedom to be able to let yourself go race and compete and kind of be, chase the glory of, worldly competition.
In messengering, there's different like events that you can travel to, and I 4 years ago now went to Tokyo with a bunch of my friends and like was able to ride out there, and the riding there is just awesome. They have like the Cycle Messenger World Championship, so it's like messengers from all over the world come together and do like a close course race. That's like a pretty big deal like within like the cycling scene. And then I think a lot of the evolution of like the urban biking is around couriers and people that more or less like live on their bikes. They make their living on their bikes, they ride their bikes the rest of the time, they make friends through that,
All of us at TCB especially are in one way or another kind of adrenaline junkies. So, splitting through traffic, going like 25 plus miles an hour on a tiny bike with no protection, as dangerous it is, there is like a certain thrill to it.
You do have a lot more at stake. There's a lot more risk for the reward. So it's very rewarding, however, you have to put a lot up.
I guess it's always hard when like your passion becomes your profession as well. And so, I don't know, it's sort of all encompassing really.
This job doesn't necessarily define me, more just kind of adds color to the character that I am, I should say. I've actually, thought about that a lot. I don't want to be kind of stuck into this idea where I have to play the game in order to get something out of it.
It's not a chore, it's not a task, it's not something I dread waking up in the morning, like actually kind of look forward to hopping on my bike at 4 in the afternoon and working all night.
And you are just putting down, work job after job after job. And you just watch these boards just disappear. You see this giant, this Goliath, and then you start hacking away at it, and then it's over, and then that feels great.
Just walking off the end of the night knowing like you did a pretty tough, demanding job very well. That's a fun feeling, good feeling.
You have so much confidence in the work that you do, and you're surrounded sometimes by some of the smartest working heads in San Francisco. And sometimes you go home and you realize, hey man, like I am only this strong because of the people around me. We did a really good job today, and you sit down and you think about it.
For me, and I think that's part of why I took this job to begin with, is that I've always liked to entertain the idea that work should be something that you enjoy, and that it should be something that you don't drag yourself out of bed and hate doing is soul sucking or something like that. You know, so I don't know if this has definitely changed my definition of work. I almost more say that I've always hoped work could be like this, and that's what drew me to this job to begin with.